Okay. For this time, you can probably imagine there was a ton of boats. I was really in the zone. Everyone was really in the zone, so I forgot to record many of them. But here are some of the ones that I did remember to record. Beyond just the creation of the demo, we obviously have to acknowledge what happened after it. So we released the demo, and we just want to say, once again, thank you for everyone that played and gave feedback to us, regardless of if it was positive or negative. It was all very helpful, and we appreciate it. There was a lot of takeaways, a lot of different opinions, a lot of suggestions, but one of the main consensus amongst everyone was, firstly, that people liked the abilities. Secondly, that people did not like the basic attack and how it felt. And everyone thought that the stances were not balanced against each other very well in terms of their individual power. For basic attacks, mostly people were saying that there wasn't enough an incentive to do it. Plus, it had low hit feedback and the animations were balked, making it just unfun to press and to use. And so that's one of the main things that we've been focusing on going forward, is trying to fix that. So a potential solution to this issue, firstly, obviously, is upgrade the animations, make them better. Upgrade the hit feedback, put on some camera shake, maybe create some hit pause, more obvious, make the attacks feel meatier visually. Cool. We've been working on that. Beyond that, we wanted to look at the gameplay. The fact that the auto attack lacked incentive and it didn't feel like it fit into the gameplay loop was a problem. So a potential solution that we're looking at is a change to how the blood system works in our game. So right now we have a health bar and a blood bar, right? Health is obviously the resource in which you have to keep to stay alive, right? And when you would attack with your basic attack previously, it would regenerate health. The blood, which is your resource to cast abilities, would simply just generate over time. We are looking at merging these two bars. So you have one bar which represents both your health and your ability to cast strong abilities. Essentially, the bar is segmented into 3 sections, where we have a desperation zone, a normal zone, and an overcharged zone. So the regular zone, there is no base regeneration. However, you do regenerate from basic attacks, and you do regular damage with both your basic attack and your abilities. Okay. When you're at maximum hit points, however many percent, maybe it's 20%, we haven't decided on the final number. In this section, your health actually drains until you run out of this particular percentage. I know it says reduce melee attacks, but we're not doing that at the moment. But it simply increases the ability damage of your spells / abilities. As you remember from the demo, when you cast spells, your blood is drained. And so this will launch you down. And if you do fall down into the last however many percent, once again, maybe 20, 30% of your hit points, you receive a damage buff to your basic attacks, making your basic attacks shine compared to your abilities, making them feel strong, and you enter this like almost berserker-like state. In this state, you take reduced damage and makes you definitely much more formidable with your melee attack, but attacking will regenerate your health. And so essentially it creates a cycle of you build up to your maximum hit points, activate your abilities, which drain you significantly, and this puts you in a good spot to be in the desperation zone, which you can then use your basic attacks to build yourself back up. With these 3 zones, it incentivizes a cycle where you're using your big abilities and then using your basic attacks to get back up in hit points. We think that this will tie the basic attack back into the gameplay loop a little bit more, as well as making it a bit more fun and more powerful so we can keep up with the strength of the abilities themselves. All right, other improvements that we want and are making towards the game, the big one is enemy AI. We looked at the enemy AI of the game and in the demo, and we were just not satisfied. It is not fun. There needs to be more variance. There needs to be more things going on. They need to be more exciting. So we've made some changes. So to the ones you already know, the melee fodder or for the basic melee enemies, right now they just run up to you and peck you. We're changing them so they run up to you and leap at you. It makes them a little bit more engaging and much harder to just avoid. Next is the Daitengu. This is a flying creature, a stationary flying creature that has 2 different attacks. A horizontal wind strike, which is very hard to dodge from going side to side, but easy to dodge going up or dashing through with your invincibility frames, and a surrounding tornado move. And these two abilities get cast one after another, alternating. We also changed the Ko Tengu, which is our flying Tengu variant, where before it was just like move to you, shoot, and then if you get too close to it, it flees. And it was super annoying to deal with, right? Killing that thing was annoying. And so we've changed it so they follow you, they get close to you, and then they just start spraying bullets. But they're much easier to kill because they don't run away anymore. We also made some variants on this Ko Tengu, some that shoot in different patterns, namely one that shoots in an O pattern. Very easy to kill if you just run straight at it, but if you are moving side to side, it becomes a lot more potent. We also made changes to the basic ranged fodder, or our Tengu enemy, where it won't just simply flee constantly if you just stand next to it. If you get too close to it, it will stop, it will hold its ground and start attacking again. Pretty basic, but does make a nice change to how it feels to fight the basic enemies. We are looking at adding in some more melee enemies into the game, but we are struggling. The part that we're struggling with the most is the fact that the player is so quick. And so to compensate for this, a lot of the enemies feel like they have to be quick. But a quick enemy in melee feels annoying, right? Because there's no distance between you, a quick enemy simply just hits you, opposed to a quick ranged enemy where you see the bullet coming towards you. Some basic concepts we are looking at implementing, but we would love to hear your ideas. So if you have an idea around how you can make a cool melee enemy in this type of game with such a fast player, please let us know in the comments. Thank you for watching. We deeply care about your input and feedback, and we're so appreciative of everyone who has given their time to help us. So if you want to continue to support us, please remember to like and to subscribe. And for those who haven't come and checked us out on our Discord, please come and check us out. We'd love to have you there. It's a good community. It is building rapidly. That's the place to be. All right. Thank you guys. See you next time.
Very much prefer